Come on. Flip. There we go. Los Fabulosos Tacos in front of Dollar Tree, and there's chorizo, which I've had once before and it was okay. It's a Spanish sausage. And then there's a asada, which is a way of preparing steak. And they are on I'm sure it'll be good. It smells good. I'll do a stream about sometime, but I'm noticing there are a lot of Mexican places around, and it seems like there's too much. Like, you know, obviously you've got Del Taco and Taco Bell, your fast food ones. There's even a Taco Time. I have been back for a few months now. Reconnected. Hopefully soon. She has energy. And new to the channel. It keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. That's concerning. I'm going to turn off my Wi-Fi. Make sure I'm forced on. Turn off my Wi-Fi. Make sure I'm forced on the mobile data. There shouldn't be any Wi-Fi around that I can connect to. So I've been back for a few months, and it's been pretty good so far. The first time I worked at Dollar Tree, Christmas of 2016 to April of 2019, so it would be all of 17, about 2.5 years or so. I think that's pretty good. You know, some of my coworkers still work there, and they have for a long time. So, congratulations to them. You can make it work. It's not too bad of a job. At least the one that I work at. But once you say that, you get down into the who you work with kind of a thing. And especially the management. The management at where I work has been pretty good. Nobody's perfect. You know, if anyone from where I work sees this, I do actually really appreciate the people that we have working there now. Especially compared to some of the other jobs that I've had over the past couple of years, there have been some teenagers who were not very responsible. And shirt jacket again. There we go. I met some good people. Had some good times, but I think some of the people here have been a little better in some ways, a little less flaky. Now, part of that might be because the jobs that I'm thinking of, there was Burrito, had some people not show up and a few other things. And then there was Pizza. Ooh, I'm smelling. But, so, yeah. And I think more so at Sweeto. But I wasn't at Marco's as long as I was at Sweeto. But it was just kind of annoying, and so we've got a pretty good team here. Again, not everyone's perfect, but it's pretty good. So the first time that I worked there, I think it really got to me. Like, I thought it was good, but I didn't realize just how much it was really getting to and affecting me working as much as I did. And I didn't really realize this until I left Marco's to take a little break from work, kind of just focus on my channel. There were a few things on at the time too. And this is a little tough. That period really showed me not working. And I had been saving up for a car, which even would have been really tough. I think some of the prices on cars are coming down slightly. I was saving for a Chevy Volt, V as in Victor. think I looked recently and there were some a little cheaper, but still, mostly the car prices were going up, and I think they still kind of are. And so it was apparent I wouldn't be able to afford one. And so I just kind of lived off of my car savings for a while. I didn't spend as much as I usually would on dates and things. After I'd been just doing it, and the frozen section that's full of all the discount items that are getting a little old, not selling very well, was stuffed really full of more than would fit in our freezer if we bought all of it. But I bought, like, we bought some sweet fries. Those were pretty good. But the important thing is I bought a ton of, I forget the brand now, but these are pork gyoza, which are Chinese dumplings. I was planning just to eat those for months. Actually, one moment. I forgot I was going to share this, but I'm going to quickly share this with... Alright, we're back. So, yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, so that, so I finally have like 1 2/3 of a package of the left. I was planning to like only eat those, kind of like a college student only eating ramen noodles, except for I got these on sale and I got lucky, you could say. But I found I just couldn't do that. You know, even with the little bit of food that my parents normally buy, because there are things like onions or bell peppers, noodles, some things like that my parents normally buy, and you know, I eat from that. But I buy at least half of my food, so if I want a frozen, I forget what else, but there are some things like brewer's yeast. That's a seasoning though. It took me quite a while, but my mom doesn't buy brewer's yeast. So yeah, I found I couldn't do it, and so I went to actually buying myself some food. Not a lot, but some. Coming from a background where I haven't had a lot of money, I'm very watchful of my spending, especially when I don't have a job. Well, after a while, I got a little more comfortable with it, because I felt like I was making the right decision. And so then I decided to go back to Dollar Tree when I wanted to save up some more money and buy sound foam, because I didn't want to just eat up from my car savings that much for it. And I'm staying there a little longer than planned because I have some more things added that I remembered I wanted, that I kind of need added to the list. So like a new camera has been added to the list. So there's sound foam, then there's a new camera. There's also a new webcam. I want to either get the Logitech StreamCam, or maybe or the Elgato cam that's for streaming, whatever it's called. I'm probably going to buy both of them at the same time, compare them, and then return the one that I don't like as much. Could also try my Sony cam. I might try that again, especially since I realized that I can change the setting for the heat in the camera, and I switched it back, because that camera will get a little warm, and like it can go for longer if you have the heat setting on high. Otherwise it will say I'm too hot and shut down, and that's after like 5 minutes of recording 4K. So yeah, but being back at Dollar Tree has been good, and I'm trying to try and talk about the first time that I worked at Dollar Tree a little more. See, there were some rude customers, definitely. Actually, no, so I should just make comparisons, because that's the ultimate goal here. Customers are less rude than they used to be. There are still a few rotten eggs here and there. You know, some people who are a little annoyed or mean. but definitely not as many. And I think part of that might have been COVID. I know we hear about a lot of mean people in lots of different places, and I mean, I'm out here in Utah where most people are pretty nice. I don't know what it's like in other states, but there are places that I wouldn't expect to be so bad. I forget where it was, but because I think of like Los Angeles, Sin City. There we go. Bad place. There, could be some maybe fun attractions I've heard, but then a lot of attractions I wouldn't go to. But then it was somewhere like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania or somewhere, I think. We were reading something that showed up on my Twitter, and I was like, oh yeah, that place is pretty sexualized. So, that's my notification. Nothing important. So, I don't know. I am in Utah, where most people are pretty nice. So, that does affect the results a bit. But overall, customers are a little nicer. And I think, I don't know, I just kind of feel like maybe part of it's because of COVID. And we all went through a really tough time. And maybe it softened some people a little bit. So, what else do I want to say? Yeah, customers are nicer. Coworkers, I think on average, the coworkers right now are a little better than they used to be. We've just got some better people hired who are actually a little more responsible, so that's good. What else? Something I find annoying. The most annoying thing about the job, it's not the customers, and it's not the employees, not my coworkers, management. It is actually putting stuff away. And I've thought about maybe doing a YouTube short on this that would be a little bit funny, but I have an idea of where most of the stuff in the store is, but I don't know all of it. And a lot of it, I just end up missing. And it's like, I go ask a coworker, manager, like, hey, where's this? I can't find it. And then they tell me, and I go put it away, and I'm blind as a spleen again. That's me being a little bit silly, but yes, I find all kinds of things that I don't know exactly where they are and I can't find. And sometimes it's just there's none left on the shelf. Maybe it's a customer return. And so then you just have to find the best spot for it, and I don't like that. I have to cross the street here. Perfect. Yeah, I don't like that. The worst section, I think, is probably the makeup and toothbrushes section. I actually don't have to put back very many toothbrushes or toothpaste, but makeup, is so hard. Because there's like 50 tiny little things all hung up in, actually 100. They're all hung up in this section. They're difficult to spot each individual variant. It's just kind of annoying. So I don't like putting stuff away. Running out of thoughts. I'm also a little tired. Okay, what else? How do I want to wrap this up? So it's good. I guess I can also say the period where I was just doing YouTube, and being back, I'm able to see now that it was almost all of the jobs I've had that have been kind of burning me out in some way. Sweet Home Burrito, towards the end, it was really obvious that one was burning me because I had to work too much because we had, like, corporate was taking over. So many people were just leaving, not even showing up. There's a large period where we weren't even open during the morning. And it was really annoying. I worked too much. I was constantly showing up for work tired, despite not doing anything outside of work other than maybe watching some TV, sleeping and eating. I was not having fun. And, like, a lot of the coworkers knew that I had to work so many hours. Oh, and on top of that too, add situations where there are, like, let's say 4 people that were hired within the past week, and then you. So they've been trained on most of the stuff. They look to you if there's something that you don't know, or if they don't know, which I don't know a lot of this stuff. They could call some people, yes. And there's also this, like, I can tell things are going slow. It's taking a long time to get line out. You're doing great, but something needs to improve. Something needs to be going faster. I don't know how to make the line go faster. I don't know where it is. Not that I'm trying to be mean to anybody. Not that it was just going slow. And I wish I had known a little more to say. Here's a suggestion. Try this. It's going a little slow. But yeah, I don't know. I think the only job I've had that really didn't burn me was my job at the gas station. But part of that was it was, like, so slow because of construction. Oh boy. Yeah, Porter's gas station with a Blimpie sub. We did have a few days where we were super busy, and I think that made me a little nervous because I wasn't sure if I could handle a big rush. I didn't know if I would be able to go fast enough. Do I know all of the combinations? But it worked out pretty good. And maybe that was because it was a little slow. I also liked the people there too. Just imagine you and 2 or 3 other really nice people inside a gas station where you get, like, 3 customers an hour buying soda and maybe one other thing. And then you have, like, a little bit of a lunch rush. It goes back to being slow. And there was stuff to do, yes. You know, I mean, there was quite a bit of standing around that happened, but it was really slow. And so, well, we did try and keep busy. I don't know. So, I'm working 15 hours a week at Dollar Tree. That's pretty good. I don't know kind of what my limit is. Like, I think for Sweeto my limit was like 20 hours before I was like, I could tell I was getting way too tired. And that was tough because there were some people in my life who were making a big push for having closer to full time, like 31 hours. Oh, that's really pushing it for me mentally. And oh, what am I thinking of? Yeah. Oh, if any of you guys who know the actual reason I was gone, the few of you that do, because I'm not sharing that again. I realized how very personal that was, actually. And that just be quiet about it and only tell specific people if it comes up again. A lot of family stuff going on during that period. But, with that, I got kind of lucky that I was working what I could and people kind of accepted that. But I recently watched a video by Paul Micallef, Autism from the Inside, talking about autistic burnout and having enough time to fully relax. And I don't know if he used the word decompress, but I'm noticing how having a day or so in between when I work, or like if I work Monday, Tuesday, and then I have a break and I work the weekend, or like this week I worked Monday and then Friday and Saturday. Little breaks like that seem to be helpful. Next week, I am working Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So I'll get to see how just 3 days of straight work affects me, because I'm really paying attention to these things. But I think I'm a little better at managing stuff. And also recently with what's happened with my mother, I've had to walk to work a lot more, which I was going to try, but then I felt too tired. But especially now that the weather's nicer, it's a little easier. But since I've started doing that, I've noticed that the walking is good. I might be a little more tired physically, but I'm not so burnt out mentally, and so they kind of balance each other out. I'm sure if I worked a lot more hours, it could get to be a little bit too much. And I think maybe there were some periods the first time I worked at Dollar Tree where it did get to be a bit much. But overall, positive memories of walking, and I remember really liking it. And someday when I get a car, I'm going to just drive everywhere because there's all these things I want to do. And get to places quicker. So I'm going to walk less, and that's going to be sad. So I'll have to make time where I specifically go on short little walks just for walking instead of going to places. And then how would I handle this format where I talk about stuff in between going to places? I don't know, but that was kind of a thing that I had thought back then. And yeah, so the walking is good, and the walking now aligns with my positive memories of it from beforehand. I do appreciate it. But my legs are a little tired. My feet are a little sore. I got some insoles recently, but they were a little tight with the shoes I had. So I need to go buy some new ones, and that's kind of sad. Hey, we got one watching. Welcome. Don't know how much longer I'm going to go for, but I do have, seeing what else I have to say. So it's kind of sad because they do, I paid about like $5.50 or so for them. And it's, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. You just send your insoles to this address and they give you a full refund, and with the original receipt. Oh, they're gone now. So I have, maybe that's a case of never let them smell blood. It's either what Austin Evans said, that Linus quoted, or maybe it was Mr. Beast. But basically, anytime you say so, in summary, blah, 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 you start sounding like you're wrapping up, they're just going to be gone. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. But, where was I? Yeah, so the insole thing is sad because the cost of shipping to them, the cheapest I could see was about $3.50. And so, yeah, that's like only getting $2 back. I'm just gonna keep these and then buy some new ones for the $5.50 and have and then have ones that actually fit. I'm still wearing them, but they're just a little bit short for these one size up shoes. Used to wear 6.5, But now with the insoles, I'm wearing 7.5. Pretty nice. Same red Vans as always. So anything else? I think we're getting close to the end of my thoughts, the wrap-up time. I'm letting everyone smell so much blood right now. I don't know. Basically, I'm going to try and make this channel work. I know I'm going the harder road because I'm not picking one specific thing. There are multiple things that I want to do. But I'm feeling a little hopeful if I ever get to a point where I'm doing more scripted things. You know, if I have someone consistently doing stuff with me, could be helpful. I think I've got a few friends lined up who are willing to help. I definitely want to make some more film stuff, but this is a really big thing that I think I need to try and make work. Because out of all the other jobs I've tried, none of them have been bad. I've been fortunate to not have really bad managers and mean people working there. And that's been good. But I haven't yet found a job where I feel like I wouldn't always be constantly burnt out if I worked there enough to try and support a family, support myself. You know, maybe, not very likely, I don't think, but one of my friends, I don't know if this actually happened or not, he did get married, but one time he said he wanted to be a trophy husband, because, you know, you can have a trophy wife, just sit around doing not much of anything, so he wants to be a trophy husband. I think a better rebranding for me, though, would end up being stay-at-home dad, because that sounds awesome. Usually it's a stay-at-home mom, because, you know, mothers have certain responsibilities. They are, you know, they're designed for child caring in ways that I am not going to specifically mention. But yes, so, I don't know. Maybe I'd get lucky with that. Person that I marry, if I do, has an absolutely wonderful job they love, and, you know, I don't have to, and I can just try focusing on this channel. One thing with walking, though, is it's nice, but then with all the things that I want to or have to do, I often wish I were other places. Like, I wouldn't mind being already home. Probably, how long have I been walking? I don't know, 30 minutes or so ago. Having already eaten my food, playing some Minecraft or something. So, which I am going to try and do tonight. What is, 7:29. There would still be time when I get home. I'm 10, 15 minutes away. So, there is the, you know, wishing I was already places. Wait. Doing things when I'm walking sometimes. And also sometimes I just can't go certain places because they're too far away. I wouldn't have enough time, even if I don't work that day. Which is why, like, when I used to walk certain places like Best Buy, man, it would take me like an hour or so to walk there, and I would spend an hour or two just in the store. Even though I had other things I could potentially be doing that day, I'm going to make sure I get my time's worth here. If I spend an hour to walk here, I'm going to make sure I spend at least an hour in the store just browsing and having fun. So, I think that's mostly it for my thoughts. Well, no, let me go back to where I was with trying to make the channel work. Right now, I don't need as much money as other people do, and I'm planning to stay with my family in this house for the rest of my life. And it's got basement renters, and we have a rental from our old house next door. So there are some sources of income that would kind of help take care of the house. You know, if my parents ever pass away, my mom and stepdad, they're not bringing in any income. I think I've said this number once before, but at the moment, I'm mostly looking for $300 a month. It's still going to take quite a bit of years to get there with AdSense. You know, maybe I'll have a few sponsors. I've thought about seeing if one of my friends wants to sponsor a video because he has a business and a chance, I'll give them a shout out. I don't have that many views yet, so it's mostly be like, hey, you want to sponsor a video? $3. $3 sponsorship. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I'm really going to try and make it work because I was the happiest when I was just doing YouTube. And it might sound like lazy not wanting to work, but I've got type 1 autism. That adds to the mix. But I could just really feel it. It was just so absolutely wonderful. And I wasn't doing nothing because I was like constantly streaming Minecraft. I had a few other projects planned that I worked on. I actually made stuff. I like doing that. You know, it used to be just a hobby. You're not doing much anything productive if you're just making short films for the internet, but it's taken off, and I'm hopeful that I can get somewhat to that point too. Subscribers are ever growing, slow, but they're growing, and I haven't looked at that metric in a while, so I don't know how the watch hours are stacking up as far as getting enough in a 365-day period. But yeah, I'm gonna cut here. If I have more to say, it'll be another video. So if you guys liked, leave a like down below. Go check out the variety of other things that I do and that I'm planning to do. The OJ stir fry video released recently. I'm not expecting that to do super good. I mean, it's already like shown its first whatever. Maybe it would take off eventually. I don't know. I'm not really sure like what's missing as far as getting lots of views. Maybe I need to go on to like YouTubers and be like, hey, I would like a little bit of feedback. What can I do? A lot of the common feedback though are things that I don't want to. People are going to say, focus on one thing. No, thank you. I don't want to do that. There is going to be more of the short films and then games like Minecraft alongside them once I get a chance to start doing that. But I kind of like the variety. And this channel would not work if it wasn't doing things that I actually like. Like if my domino videos from years ago suddenly took off again and people wanted to see more, no thank you. That's too much work. Too much chance of risk. I'm not like Monk, where like setting up the dominoes was fun, but he didn't want to tip them over. Because then, you know, but they did get tipped over. And so then Benji got to have that part of the fun too. I used to like watching domino videos, but that's not a thing I'd specifically want to go back to. I don't know, maybe. Not very likely. Anyways, thanks for watching. It really means a lot. Oh, and one of my big things about why I like doing this channel is because I'm sharing stuff with other people. I like kind of helping and serving when I can. And so if I can make people a little bit happier and smile with some good, clean content, there you go. But hopefully my more creative side with scripting and short films and things will take off a little bit. I'll see you guys in whatever's next. Bye!